Hello everyone, welcome back to the SATAMonkeys podcast. I'm your host, Earth the Fat, and today my microphone is not in the right place, and I am joined by Nutpacker, Zaire JWC.
Was I supposed to say something?
That's the intro that we do every time.
Hi.
And Rhyneeks, or Rhyneeks.
Hold on, I'm still thinking of something funny to say.
Okay, well we're moving on anyways.
Big Chungus.
Big Chungus, there we go. We got some pretty interesting stories today, and one that I actually have not checked if it's been updated to state information about it. I don't think it has. The one from Ars Technica we'll get to later, but we'll get to our first story here, which is pretty big. This is from PCGamer.com. Newegg now lets you buy PC parts with meme cryptocurrency Dogecoin, or as it's called in the crypto community, a shitcoin. There's no and I don't really need to read the rest of the article. It's pretty straightforward. Was I the only one not expecting this? Like a big tech retailer to embrace Dogecoin?
I mean, I was talking to my dad about it. It's hit mainstream enough that my own 46-year-old dad knows about it and is investing in it. One of his friends made $30,000
off Dogecoin.
Yes, literally the past week and a half.
Wow.
30K. You might have met the kid's uncle, but Matt, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Made $30,000 off of Dogecoin.
That's
Matt,
fucking nuts.
Didn't you make like $12 after I told you to invest?
Yeah, I made like $12 off my super small investment.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Dogecoin is gonna be a thing now, and it's fucking hilarious.
I think, Dogecoin's been a thing for a little bit, and Elon Musk's constant pushing of it has helped a lot in getting it on the map. What's surprising to me is, as someone who's been in the crypto community for a bit now and knows some people who are really into it, there are shitcoins that launch, like, in one day, they go from being worth $1 to, like, $80 and then back to $1.
It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like it's just inflation that people are lying and then fucking it over.
I'm not sure if it's that, or if it's just something to do with like scarcity and then people thinking it's gonna get big or something like that, and then it doesn't. They just quickly sell it all off or something like that. I'm not sure the like mathematic part of it, but it's weird to me that you have that type of shitcoin that can launch in a day, get that big, and then drop back down, and then you have something like Dogecoin where it's like, oh my god, it hit 1 cent last year. Now it's like, holy shit, it's at 34 cents. It's like, it's really, really low for what I expect it to be at by now. But at the same time, it's great for people who want to buy into it, because that means the entry level price is amazing and you can make a ton of money off of like a small increase. And speaking of crypto, I'm going to quickly transition to this. Have any of you guys looked at the price of audio?
Oh, no. Here we go again.
Yeah, it is sub $2. That's how bad it is right now.
Bad? It was at 10 cents when it started.
It was at like 20 cents, right? But it was the last I saw it, or the last we talked about on the podcast rather. It was at like what, $4, and it was coming down to $3. And for a while after that, it stayed at like $2.60, and then now it's like $1.92. It's sub $2, and it's so annoying. Apparently, according to the,
sell yet?
I've not sold yet because I don't have any fucking Ethereum for the fucking like gas Ethereum gas prices, and I can't buy any from a trade thing, because they won't verify my dad's Coinbase account for some reason. It's like, oh no, yeah, the ID is not correct. It's like bullshit. It is. It's literally my father. Like, it is correct. So I don't know what they're getting at there. But I have a friend who, like one of the crypto friends in community I'm in, who is gonna buy. I'm gonna buy some Ethereum off of him pretty soon. But he also let me know it's probably due to the fact that I believe it's in 2 days, dev coins or something like that are launching for Audius. Not entirely. I don't entirely understand their purpose, but apparently people are like both selling off their audio now so they can invest in the dev coins while they skyrocket, but also,
what's the difference in dev coin and Audius?
Well, in audio, you mean, right?
Yeah.
They're currently, all I know is they're two different cryptos. Like, they're not the same currency. But I'm not sure. I'm going to assume that if people want to buy these dev coins, it's because they're going to be rarer than audio or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to talk to some of my friends and figure it out and read some of the documentation. I do remember they did say that later this year they were launching dev coins. but that's all I know about it. I don't know what their exact purpose is. But it's apparently people may be selling off their audio to try and buy some of those. But it's theorized that audio is probably going to skyrocket in price like at the beginning of next month because all the hype for the dev coins will have died down. And now that audio becomes more available because people are selling it off, a bunch of people are going to try and buy in all at once, and it may push it way back up again. So I'm confidently kind of going to hold out.
Oh my god! Sorry to cut you off, but I was scrolling and I this actually just hit my head. The amount of times that I've scrolled on different apps now and I just see Dogecoin pop up, like this is not even a joke. I'm looking on Twitter right now and I got an ad for Dogecoin that I've gotten 6 times today.
Nice. Yeah, Rob was telling me about how like he can't scroll through Twitter anymore without seeing something about like NFTs and I mean,
NFTs I still kind of think are scammy, but it's like I don't know.
What I don't get about NFTs is like how necessarily they are legal. Like I don't understand how you can take a photo, someone else's drawing of anything, and then post it on an NFT site and sell it, and you make money off it.
It's not. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
because if they have a copyright on it, then you can't do that. That doesn't make sense.
But there are many people that do that, and that's what
they're getting sued then. Yeah, no, it's not even like they probably don't. First, the person who made the document or the actual piece of art doesn't know about it, or when they do know about it, they'll probably just fucking get sue them because you can't do that.
Yeah,
it's that cut and dry. Can't.
You see, it is, but it's so prevalent. Like, it's a thing that everyone seemingly does with NFTs. So that's what makes me like think about it. Like, oh, okay, well, if everyone's doing it, so that's what makes me iffy about it. Is I feel like with all of that happening, at some point the government's gonna step in and be like, hey, what the fuck is everyone doing? And like, all but shut it down and make NFTs something that are like semi-illegal.
I don't think they're gonna shut it down. To be honest with you,
I don't know. I feel
it's going to
like
be a long time before they shut it down.
What I wonder is if we're going to get something like the what the RIAA has done with like Twitch, where just all of a sudden a giant company who holds copyright in a bunch of these images just swoops in, or like some law firm. I heard
there's a way to get around it. Actually, like if you put your VODs in sub only or your sub only, I guess you can get around it, but I don't know how well that'll be because they can't. The bots can't look at VODs of music if it's not allowed, if you're not subbed, right?
Yeah. No, I was just referring to like how that system works.
Oh, I was just saying a way to get around it too.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I just mean like a bunch of copyright holders get together under one big like class action lawyer and they file a huge lawsuit or something like that. They file a bunch of takedown requests or something like that on a bunch of NFTs. And again, keep in mind, I'm pretty naive to how NFTs work exactly. I know it's an image hosted on the Ethereum blockchain, and that's about it.
Really is that that's it.
But I mean, in terms of like legal documentation, like I don't if you go and sell it on a NFT sales like OpenSea, does the copyright issues fall onto the user or onto OpenSea? Because that can actually it may not be cut and dry. There are many things that it's not cut and dry for, where it could actually be the thing allowing the sale that ends up getting the punishment. So I'm pretty. Yeah, and so it's not as cut and dry, I don't think, but I'm not very educated on that. I just don't see NFTs as something. I'm not sure.
They just don't see important to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's literally, honestly, a way of looking cool that people are buying into, like looking cool on the blockchain.
Have you seen the Doing Your Mom NFT?
Yeah, the official Doing Your Mom NFT that McFry updated and linked in the description of the original Doing
Did you buy it?
Doing Your Mom. No, because he wants like $200, and then plus gas prices, it's gonna be like $300, and like, what am I gonna do with it? Like, I'm not
fucking meme it.
Well, but all I can do with it at that point is just keep the image in my crypto wallet. It's like pointless.
Wait, I wonder how many people have already lost their like crypto wallets and just lost the NFT.
Probably a lot of people.
It's just so many people have lost their crypto wallets, and it's kind of funny.
I don't know. It's always funny to me when I see a meme though, where it's like NFT buyers when they realize you can right click and save the image. It's like,
yeah, that is actually kind of funny.
Then they argue like, well, yeah, no, we're getting on the blockchain though, and all I can think of is, well, there's nothing else you can really say after that to say like, and this is cool because it's just like it's cool to you because it's on the blockchain, but that's it. There's no like deeper reason. So I don't entirely understand NFTs, but it's interesting that Newegg's allowing Dogecoin to be used to purchase. Like, for example, it seems like now this means you can literally buy a 3080 with Dogecoin, provided it's in stock. But
also, I find one of the companies like fueling Dogecoin is also Slim Jim.
Well, Slim Jim have always been kind of fucking weird with
They're
their
fucking
internet
memers.
advertising.
Gang.
Yeah. The biggest meme company though I found on Twitter, it's a tie between fucking Burger King Saudi Arabia and KFC Espanol. They're fucking insane memers.
Nah, Burger King UK, they.
Well, okay, their joke there was interesting, but I mean, like,
No, that's not even.
Zaire, I mean, like, I'm talking like the dankest, shittiest, like me and Epic style memes that you hate. Literally, they get like straight up, just straight posted to like the Burger King Saudi Arabia and the KFC Espanol pages, and they're official. They're real, and they just shit post, especially KFC Espanol. They shit post with Too Mad. Like they've literally shit posted about him and then DM'd him shit posts and stuff. Like, it's insane. They're really just fully embracing shit posting in the internet, and it's funny to watch. So I wouldn't say Slim Jim's the craziest, because they're not on the level of like KFC Espanol or Burger King Saudi Arabia, where they posted like an image of like 20 dead fish, and then it cuts to it cuts to 3 different audio versions of the coffin video. Like, the guy's carrying the coffin dancing. It cuts to like 3 different audio versions of that playing all at once. And then the video of it.
KFC Espanol is ranked higher on search than the regular KFC.
They're great. I follow them on Twitter. I literally don't eat meat, but I follow KFC Espanol because they're that funny to me. It's not even trying to be, like, it's not trying to be relatable. It literally looks like they just let a shit poster run the account, and that's all that's happening. They just shit post like all day, and it works, and people follow it, and now it comes up higher than the normal KFC in search results, which is funny as fuck. But yeah, so going back to the Newegg thing for a bit, it's interesting that they're allowing Dogecoin, but this is your friendly reminder to not buy from Newegg because they fucking suck. Their customer service sucks. They shut down Premiere, which the Premiere's customer service line had good.
All my homies hate Newegg. I hate Newegg. Fuck Newegg.
Exactly. Their Premiere customer service had good customer service, and then they shut it down and refunded everyone their Premiere. And they said, well, we're going to have a new way for customers to earn benefits that will replace Premiere, and it will be great, and anyone can earn it. And that was like 2 years ago, and they still don't have it, to my knowledge. It's not a thing. Seems kind of like a lie to me. Like, they realized they were hemorrhaging money by keeping Premiere up, so they just shut it down and then falsely said they'd add some new system. And I'm assuming if they do, it'll be a system.
I still get Newegg emails.
I do too, and it's also really, I'm gonna complain about this here. I have so Newegg have an eBay account, right? Newegg have an eBay account. You can buy shit directly from Newegg on eBay. And sometimes it's cheaper there. That's the only reason you'd really do that. Or if you just don't want a Newegg account, which is like
fair.
It's fair. So I bought like one thing recently. I forget what it was. It was like the cheapest version of it on eBay, and it was my Quest 2. How am I forgetting that? It was my Quest 2, which I later returned to Oculus and got a replacement because it was one of the versions with bad lenses that ship by default, so I got it replaced. But I ordered my Quest 2 from them. They had it in stock for $300 when Oculus and no one else did. I'm like, okay, perfect, sure, and I bought it. I got it, and first of all, I completely like bypassed them for the most part with the lens issue. Just sent it, like, I just contacted Oculus, sent it straight to them. And Newegg kept trying to send me emails, like, saying, like, is everything okay? Is everything good? Because I did file a return thing as a preliminary type thing, where, if Oculus for some reason wouldn't replace it, then I'd send it back to Newegg. And I eventually said, no, it's good. You can cancel that return, whatever. Okay. And that's it. And then they kept sending me through eBay emails about like advertising stuff. I'm like, okay, unsubscribe. And I unsubscribed. I would literally, every time I unsubscribed, I get 2 more emails from them back to back, like in the next 10 minutes. Advertising shit.
That's weird.
I have unsubscribed from them now through that eBay thing like 6 times. And now here's the best part. Now when I click the unsubscribe thing, it tries to take me to a URL of, and there's no www dot anything here. This is literally it, like verbatim. unsub/unsub/. There's no actual link anymore. They've removed it. So you cannot unsubscribe. So I've had to block that specific eBay email address that links to Newegg to get them to stop fucking emailing me. And it's really annoying.
Really weird.
Yeah, and every time I go to like their unsub thing, it's like, oh, well, you're already unsubbed from everything. Would you like? And then I could still click unsubscribe for some reason, but they just keep sending it. And it was getting to the point where I've thought about calling them and just telling them, send me another fucking email. And I file a lawsuit for harassment. I've told you for weeks to stop emailing me. And the only reason I haven't is because it's Newegg, and it's gonna be like waiting for 45 minutes for some random person who doesn't know what they're talking about to try and troubleshoot an issue with me, when in reality it's an issue on their end. It's going to be another Spectrum call, essentially.
Old Egg was better.
Very much so. Newegg between like 2016 2018 were great. That like actually just great. I really didn't have any complaints at that point. They were nothing but helpful with their customer service. Even when we didn't have Premiere, they were helpful. But in general, they were nothing but helpful with their customer service. Everything
I got one thing from them, and after that, I'm done.
Yeah. The type of thing, just like Best Buy, you really only buy from them if you need to, or if the product realistically is like, if you're buying a like Founders Edition 2080 from Best Buy, who cares? You know, like you're just happy to be able to, or sorry, 3080. Who cares? You're just happy to buy it, you know. And more importantly, Best Buy's not necessarily benefiting that much from that sale because they're selling it at around the same price as everyone else. And they have their price matching shit or whatever. It's like a bog standard purchase. But if you're like, you know, if I guess given when you need to buy from retailers like Best Buy or Newegg, whether it be Best Buy being like the closest local store that has something in stock versus ordering it and waiting 12 days, or Newegg's the only one who has something, sure. But if you can avoid them, just don't give them your money because they're awful companies. I honestly Best Buy way more than Newegg. Because Newegg just seemed to be lazy.
I hate both.
Yeah, Newegg are lazy, but Best Buy are like deliberate assholes. And I've been there for when they took, what was it? It was like $1,200 from you and your dad's hire.
Yeah.
And then I remember what your dad said to. They're like, you should be thankful that the corporate decided to give you back.
No. It wasn't even that. They straight up scammed us. Like they tried to lie.
No, I know. I'm quoting it here, Zaire. The woman was like, you guys should be thankful, you know, that the corporate decided to give you money back. And your dad turned around and he's like, be thankful. Nah, dude, I'm just blessed. It's like, yeah. I remember that show. It was hilarious.
Yeah, just dickheads. I swear. Also, like, it wasn't even a good PC either. It was just something like, it was
average.
Man. It was average. We had warranty, didn't work. And then they tried to blame it on Matt and I, saying we broke the computer.
Yeah, one of the funniest things I remember is when they try to say your dad wouldn't get any money back. It's like, all right, hold on. There was like, you know, like 3 people in line behind him, and he just pulls up a chair. So he's like, let's talk this out. And you just saw 2 people behind him leave, and the person directly behind him, I swear I saw them grin, like they were like, oh shit,
they were getting scammed. Like they knew.
No. The person like waiting in the line behind your dad.
Yeah,
like,
they saw my dad was right. It wasn't like we gave them evidence. We know what we're doing. And they're like, well, you broke it. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
That would just be entertainment, honestly.
Oh, for me, it was very entertaining to watch. But I can imagine it was pretty nerve-wracking for Zaire and his dad when they're like, have $1,200 on the line.
No. And he had the warranty he didn't pay off yet. So
yeah, which they said they'd cancel.
Still.
Yeah, they said they transferred. They transferred to the new one, and then they didn't. So he's paying for 2 warranties. I don't know. The other thing I remember too is I remember they did try and doubt us for a second, and I just like gave them a very basic yet thorough explanation of how there's no way we could have broken it, and they shut the fuck up about it.
There was literally no way.
Yeah, I don't understand why they thought. I get they're gonna try and use everything against us because Best Buy's a shitty company. It's the scum they are. This specific manager though that we were working with was awful. Because the thing was that other person, that Geek Squad guy who was
he was fine.
He was just kind of a brainlet, I won't lie, but he certainly wasn't an asshole. Like we tried to say like, yeah, this way, and he took our word without really like plugging it in for saying that the GPU was dead.
Well, the thing was, it wasn't. It was the hard drive. The hard drive. It was the hard drive.
No, it was not, because we originally.
Because remember, it didn't boot.
No, but it wasn't just that. It was artifacting.
Oh, true.
The GPU was artifact, so the GPU was like all but dead, and we were explaining. I just explained that to him. He's like, okay, well, I think the GPU's dead, and he didn't even plug it in and check. He just took my word for it. So he's kind of.
Well, that's because we were under warranty. Even though it didn't work, he couldn't say he couldn't. He couldn't just say no.
Well, but I'm not sure if the warranty would cover. You need proof for something like that. So I was kind of surprised that he didn't plug the thing in and at least wiggle the mouse, you know. But that's why I say it was kind of a brainlet, but he was not an asshole. This manager like went out of her way to make sure Zaire and his dad did not get any money back, and
she wasn't even making commission. That was the thing.
Yeah, I think you guys only got like $300 back, right?
Yeah, and then we bought a new computer, and I was like, take this back, and then.
This was at that point you saved up for a bit, and then we built yours.
Yeah, no. We bought a computer the next day from Best Buy, right? And then we went back, and I got the newer version. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then that was the one with the glass panel on the side. But then we were like, no, just take this shit back, give us our money, and
then that's when all the shit I explained like went down. And everything. Yeah. My bad. Sorry, those 2 days like blend together. Because it was like random, hey Matt, do you want to go to us with like Best Buy and make sure they don't do anything? Yeah, and then the next day, like, I swear it was like 9 a.m. It's like, Matt, we're going to your house right now. Get me like, or something like that. Like, Matt, I'm almost at your house. Can you hop in the car? What's happening? Oh, like,
don't worry about it. Just get in
no,
the car.
You said like, oh, we're going back to Best Buy. Why? We're returning the computer. Okay, why do you need me? Just come with me.
And it made sense that you came with us that day.
Yeah, well, I just remember your dad like starting to explain it. It's like they're trying to charter for the other computer, and as your dad rolls down our giant hill of a driveway at like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, it was just stupid. They like tried to scam us. She wasn't making money off of it. The computer was artifacting. The hard drive was failing.
Yeah,
we took it out, and then they tried to say we broke the computer. There was nothing in the clause. We could open that computer.
Yeah.
So they already.
I believe we asked that specifically too when you bought
before we even bought it. I was like, "Can I open this computer up?" And then remember this, Matt? They didn't want to give me the hard drive.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I remember. I was like, "Can I have the hard drive?" They're like, "Why?" What do you mean?
To
why?
be fair, was the hard drive yours, or what? Did you get it with the computer?
It was in the computer, but they still could give me the hard drive. It wasn't like they said they couldn't. It was like a rule that they can't.
If they could have no. If you mean give you it in terms of like when you got switched computers to like the newer one, I don't know why they didn't. If you mean like give it to you when you were returning it, it ultimately was something sold with a computer. They do need that back for warranty stuff.
And then at that point they wouldn't. And then I was like, okay, can I just delete everything off of it? They said no.
Which is bullshit, yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, what do you mean? What do you want on the hard drive that's so important?
I think at that point they were trying to really play into the we broke it and we break it further thing. What what we should have done was ask them to like watch them turn it on and delete everything.
Well, we did. Well, no, I mean turn it on. They didn't even want to turn it on. That's the thing.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a like messy, annoying situation.
It was just unnecessary. The lady, I don't even think she worked in the computer department.
She didn't.
She just didn't know what she was talking about. And then just was like, no, these two kids broke it. But if it was under warranty, it doesn't matter, even if you broke it.
Yeah. And keep in mind, too, this is I wouldn't say that's you'd have to look at the warranty terms to make sure, like, even if the user breaks it, that's under warranty.
It was under it.
All right.
It was. That's why I remember. Because I was like, because first we opened it. You and I asked before we bought it, can we open the hard drive? They said, yeah.
No. You mean the computer, not the hard drive. If you open the hard drive, that's going to viewait the warranty.
Yeah. I'm talking about the computer, like in general, because there was a warranty sticker, but we asked before, can we open it? And they looked into our thing. Yes. Go back, look at the hard drive, and didn't we test it in your computer?
I think we did, but
then it just didn't work.
I remember it didn't like boot, but I don't remember it not working properly. Like in terms of like it not like clicking and spinning up or failing. It sounded to me like And also, first of all, I believe you used the stock Windows installation that came with it. So it sounds to me like they had some bloatware Windows installation that was not going to run on that computer no matter what, and it just kind of didn't run well to begin with, and it
it just we couldn't do anything. I still have that hard drive.
Yeah, I don't know why they included a warranty sticker especially when first of all they said you could open it, but second of all they're literally illegal in New York State, I believe. So like it's not like it would do anything if they say, oh well, you broke the warranty sticker, we can't do anything. You'd be like, oh well, that's actually illegal of you to deny New York State, and we can literally like file a federal lawsuit and win in about 5 seconds because you're just straight up violating New York State law.
My dad. The sad thing was my dad wanted me to buy another one from them because my computer's like dying now, and I'm like, I'm not having you pay for another one from there.
I've looked at your computer. Your computer right now is not dying. It's just dated enough, and
it's just, it's dated. Like I can't really do anything on it besides like basic stuff.
Yeah, the 1060 like the issue is things have only gotten slightly more CPU bound. Rather like core bound in terms of CPUs. More cores now is really more beneficial in almost every task. And things have gotten substantially more GPU bound. You have an i5-7400, which is a quad core, I believe, and versus like the next gen 400, which is a 6 core, and a 1060. So you like have like the worst of both worlds in modern hardware, and it just happened.
Yep.
It just shook out that way, and it sucked. Then again, I know the pain of having a 1060 when I was stuck with a 1063 gig from Best Buy for like 2 years.
Oh no, I didn't order the 1060 from Best Buy. I ordered that on Amazon.
No. I'm saying I know the pain of like having to use a 1060 and even 2020. Because remember, I had a 1060 from 2018 to 2020 that I spent $300 on from Best Buy. It was a 3 gig.
Yeah,
it blew ass, but it was all I could get.
And I can't even order a new thing because it's a pre-built, and I'm not trying to order a pre-built.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to figure out something to do with your computer, but
I need to get a laptop for college. I need a whole laptop and a new build. I might just say fucking on the build, get a laptop for college because I need a laptop.
Yeah. We're gonna blaze through some of these topics here because some of these don't need a lot of introduction or anything. This next one's from Ars Technica. HTC's wireless Vive Air headset outed by a premature award. Now, this is actually inaccurate. HTC later revealed that this is only a concept, which really, I don't get why it won an award at that point anyways. It's a concept for a fitness-focused VR headset, and I honestly really like the design. From what it looks like, it does seem like an actual just fitness-focused VR headset. Now, it does also look like one you just slot your phone into. I don't see any internals in there, and they're removing the front, but then again, it has cameras on it, so I have no idea. They've confirmed that this is not a product that they're going to release. This is merely a concept, which kind of sucks because this looks really cool. And like it'd be great for fitness type stuff. It looks very light from its renders. This is not a product they're actually releasing. It's just a concept, and that's why it won an award. People thought this was the new headset HTC are revealing because HTC have been teasing a brand new headset that's coming from them very soon. And people thought this was it, and it is not it, unfortunately. The reason people were very excited for this as well is this would be the first direct Quest 2 competitor. Yeah, I can't speak today. And that's pretty big because Facebook has like full control over the market right now with that. So that would have been huge if it was real. And I honestly do wish it was real, but unfortunately it's not. We'll have to wait and see if their upcoming thing that they've teased is a Quest 2 competitor. It looks like it may be because from the few teasers we've gotten, it does have cameras on it on like its sides, so it seems to have inside out tracking. But whether that means it's like a $800 business oriented headset or if it's going to be a $300 direct Quest 2 competitor, it has yet to be seen. If I were to personally bet, it's not going to be a Quest 2 competitor. If you look at HTC's, like, simply their financial status as a company, they have not been doing well just in any field since 2014. So it would not make sense for them to take, whereas Facebook can take a loss on selling Quest 2s because they end up selling your Facebook data or they get money through the Oculus marketplace.
Are they losing money with the...
Through the hardware of it, based on what you get, most likely they're selling it at either what it costs to make or a bit less than that, or sorry, a bit less than that. And you were required to have a Facebook account in the Quest 2. So they're automatically getting any data they track through that. And then plus, if you buy anything through the Oculus Store, which it's almost a guarantee every Quest 2 user is going to buy virtual desktop. Up until, I'll get to this in a bit here. We don't have a story on it, but up until literally later today, most likely, in about an hour, everyone's going to buy virtual desktop, like the first thing they get in the Quest 2. Which is $20, so they'll get a cut of that. That's how they make their money. HTC, they have Viveport, which is some PC thing. It's like a shitty Steam VR alternative that no one likes and no one cares about, and people say don't install because it sucks. That's all they have. So there's not a whole, they can't really go and take a loss on it because they can't track your data and sell it like that, and they'll also be shit on for it. People accept that Facebook does that because it's Facebook and they're known for that, so people just don't give them a lot to track. And yet companies will still buy up whatever Facebook put for sale like that, whatever data they use. HTC are not known for that. So it'd be a really big risk for them to start like that. So I understand in a way why this isn't coming out, but it kind of sucks. Anyone else have anything to add to that?
No, I don't. I'm
like
not into the VR stuff. Really.
Yeah. I like how it looks too epic. Zaire, you should come over and try either my HTC Vive that I have right now or my Quest 2 sometime.
I will sooner or later.
All right.
Yeah. I think everybody should try VR if they have the chance.
The last VR I tried was either the one that my mom's phone had. And she has like a Note something at the time. And then it was a full-blown headset. But and the last one maybe was at...
that really weird movie watching one.
Yeah. It was at... what was it? Dave & Buster's. It was a game.
Oh, that. Okay. I thought you meant the one your mom got you for your birthday.
No. She had one. She had actual VR for her phone.
Gotcha. No, that means you've used 3 then, because you did like try and use that one.
I don't count that as that.
Okay, good. Yeah, that thing was weird as fuck. I still don't know why you didn't.
It had Akon already installed. All of like Akon's albums installed on the. I don't know what that was.
At least Akon's not the worst singer. I like some of his
but
music.
It didn't make sense.
Oh, it didn't. No, I would if I were you. I would have just asked to get a Quest 2, same price, like same exact
my
price.
computer couldn't even run it.
Well, but keep in mind the Quest 2. A, it's a standalone, and B, you could still watch movies on it, but also you could play games on the Quest 2 without connecting to a computer.
Adult movies, yeah.
And also, third of all, with virtual desktop, they have modes now that are more oriented towards like a 1060, and even a 970 they just added. That should be able to run it with like worse GPUs. For me right now, currently the biggest issues. There's 2 big issues. The GPU duplicating it's something the GPU processing everything and then sending it out to the headset and then also processing the game. It's essentially doing what apparently people say is like double duty or close to double duty, over wireless. Which hopefully with Oculus's AirLink, which again I'll talk about in a little bit here, we'll get to. I'll talk about when we get to the Reddit story, the meme. But with what was it? So that's like your GPU is practically doing double duty. But currently, like for me, my biggest bottleneck is actually my CPU, and not my GPU for the most part. So even lowering, I'm not sure how much lowering the settings would do, but it's like I don't know. It's very weird to describe, but it's not what you think. For the most part, like with a 2070 at least, the GPU is not my bottleneck. It seems to actually be the CPU, which is interesting.
Well, my i5-7400 still probably won't be able to run that much.
Well, given that you'd already have to drop things down to 1060 level, it probably could. I wouldn't go trying to run a Half-Life Alyx on it necessarily. Because that's gonna eat just everything. That game is a resource hog, and for good reason, because it's like an astounding game with astounding physics and everything. But like I wouldn't try running Half-Life Alyx on it, but like you could probably run Blade and Sorcery at low settings pretty well. And what really matters for VR is not necessarily the quality of how it looks in game. There's games like Super Hot that look great in VR, and they're just it's super hot, it's polygonal. It's the frame rate and the resolution, specifically the frame rate. The higher the frame rate, the less motion sick you're gonna get, if any. I personally don't. But
I want all the motion sickness.
But if you like the higher the frame rate and the higher the resolution, it doesn't matter how low the graphics are. It's still gonna feel really like not real, but realistic. In my experience, it's pretty good. We're gonna move on here and blaze through this one. As much as we can blaze through it. VX Underground, who I've never heard of, but this is a Twitter account, has tweeted Revil, R-E-Vil, so Revil, is extorting Apple and Quantum Computer Incorporated. Quote, in order not to wait for the upcoming Apple presentations, today we, the Revil Group, will provide data on the upcoming releases of the company so beloved by many. Tim Cook can say thank you, Quanta. For context here, Apple had a big conference yesterday.
The Earth Day, they said the Earth Day conference.
And we'll get into that a bit later. We have a story covering most of what was announced that I'll let Epic do for the most part, because I didn't watch that video. I watched the full direct thing when they did it, but I didn't watch the shortened video. And honestly, I everything Same. I say about Apple is painted in a bad light. But it looks like a bunch of schematic type things here were leaked for the new Apple stuff announced, such as the Apple. Sorry, this image is low-res quality because I put this in Wayback Machine in case it was deleted, and I don't know if it is or not. The Apple Watch, the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and the ThinkPad something. I'm not sure where the ThinkPad part comes from. But it looks like part of those schematics were leaked during this Apple event, which is interesting because normally a schematic leak is very, very well hidden, so Apple don't find it, and so third-party repair companies can get their hands on it, and just in general. But it being a huge leak like this, announced everywhere is kind of funny to me. That they're announcing it everywhere, and I mean, I can check right now and see if it's been taken down. Let's see.
It's not.
It's still up?
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's not great for Apple on their end, but it's good for third-party repair. I personally think schematics like that should be public. At the very least, accessible or purchasable at a reasonable price to third-party repair companies. There's no reason they shouldn't be. So it's nice to see them leaked when Apple won't sell them for any reasonable price or just in general. But yeah, we'll move on to a meme that just blasted into my ears. Average Quest 2 user, and it's a TikTok. I'll show it on screen here. A guy who, while waiting for a fatal accident to clear up in front of him with cops and everything everywhere, and someone crashed off the road, pulled out his Quest 2 and hopped out of his truck and is playing VR in the street while waiting for the accident to clear up. And I thought this was funny as fuck.
Does the Quest 2 have a mode to not use what's it called, Guardian?
It has a mode where you can literally just what is it? It's I forget, it's called stationary mode or something, where you ideally you sit in one spot and you spin around, and that you have a very small radius. And I'm assuming that's what he's using, that he didn't set a Guardian.
Yeah.
That's probably what he's using.
Imagine an accident is so bad, you have time to put out a Guardian and everything, controller all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh boy, wait, there's some ad here for fucking GTA 6 on Kingwin. Hold on, what the
Let's
fuck?
go!
What the fuck is this? I'm gonna go to the website. Watch me get a virus or something.
It's confirmed?
GTA 6 pre-order. What is there any it says it's coming out in 2022. This isn't. I'm pretty confident this is not even a real thing. Let's search Grand Theft Auto 6. Not.
More people will be talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. I have a feeling this is probably just straight up selling it like this, as in they'll buy the game or something when it comes out or something like that. You'll buy a pre-order. I have no idea how this is being sold like this, but yeah, it's funny.
And the GTA 6 copy is gonna be scalped or something.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. But whatever. So getting to the Quest 2 thing with AirLink that I was talking about, I meant to cover this. I didn't grab an article for it. And also, I can't technically cover it because it doesn't happen for another hour. But Oculus today, first of all, V28, big update for the Quest 2. I'll quickly go through it. It's going to add 120 Hz support, which is really fucking big. It's going to add AirLink support, which I'll talk about in a second, and that's one of the biggest parts of it. It adds Bluetooth wireless keyboard support, currently only for the Logitech K830 or 380. It's one of the two. It's K830 or 380. You can look it up. But more will be coming soon. And then there's one, oh yeah, you can set a desk in VR and essentially make your whole room in VR, so you don't bump into shit, and because your Guardian can only track into the floor currently, and a seat, so you can essentially now, it looks like, make your whole room in VR, which is really cool. Currently V28 was just being slowly rolled out on Quest 2 to users, and someone actually intercepted the file and uploaded it to Reddit so you could sideload it. I've sideloaded it. The only things supported right now are 120 hertz, which is cool. It's actually really fucking nice. It's great. I love it. And Logitech, the Logitech keyboard tracking, along with fixes like every time you restart the headset now, it remembers your Guardian. This was an issue in V27 where every time you restarted it would forget and you have to redo it every single time. That has been fixed in V28. Apparently there's mic issues, but I don't use the mic anyways. There's the tracking has been improved, hand tracking has been greatly improved, etc. But let's get the two, I guess, the two big things that were enabled. Again, the desk tracking stuff and AirLink. The desk tracking self-explanatory. AirLink is Oculus's in-house solution to connecting to your computer, like virtual desktop. The way they're going to do it is apparently, according to the virtual desktop guy, they've stolen his methods with virtual desktop for the Rift S in the past, which is not the same type of application on Rift S. That's pretty much just seeing your desktop in VR. And apparently they stole part of that in the past from him. But AirLink seems to be their own free alternative to virtual desktop that is also going to use some type of, I think it's called like AIF or something like that. It's some internal Facebook software tech that can better track stuff and will provide better performance overall or something like that for wireless connectivity rather than virtual desktop. And it's going to be free, and it's going to be directly integrated into the software as an experimental feature. And it's just kind of big because it's Facebook officially recognizing it and supporting it, and that's pretty cool in its own right that they're actually doing that and they're not just pushing the Quest, Oculus Store a ton. But the current issue, tons of people now have sideloaded V28 on the Quest 2. That's nothing new. And a lot of people, myself included, have gotten a version of V28 on PC. But first of all, it's the public test version that they've now pushed as the final version of V28. And more importantly, apparently they're waiting on their end to enable something that will make AirLink enabled for everyone who has V28 on PC. That's the holdup for AirLink, because it doesn't show up in the Quest 2 settings or on PC. Both have to be enabled by Facebook on their end, and they're not. So there's one support agent from Oculus that said it's going to be enabled on May 21st, and people think they're misinformed because today, in approximately about an hour, Facebook's having their Oculus Gaming Showcase event, the first one, and it makes 100% sense that since they've started rolling out V28 to the masses, this week, that they're going to announce AirLink and release it today. So there's a pretty good chance that after this podcast is out, AirLink will be an official thing. And if it is, we'll probably cover it next week, and I'll probably cover it and talk about how good or bad it is, because it's theorized it's not going to be great. But AirLink is coming out soon. That's pretty big. I just wanted to talk about that real quick because I meant to have a story about it, and it's pretty big VR news. But yeah, the 120 hertz thing too is also really big. Because no one really knew that there was a 120 hertz panel in the Quest 2, but it is. And now, at its price point, combined with its specs, it actually rivals the Valve Index in quality in almost every way. There's very little, it skimps on the controllers, on the IPD, and in terms of the field of view in VR, it skims a little bit. And the tracking quality is not as great. But that's it. Like, the headset part of it's actually objectively better than the Index for the most part. But I just wanted that was a whole lot of me talking, but I just wanted to cover that. You guys have anything to say about that, like the AirLink shit especially?
Like I said, barely know anything about virtual reality.
Yeah. Wow. Do you think it's anything cool though, or not? Because you don't have to know too much about it.
I think it's cool, but I don't know. Oculus, from what I've heard, it was kind of bad for a little bit, so I'm kind of on the fence. It's the Oculus brand in general, so I don't really know.
Yeah, Oculus, with the Rift S, which Epic has, and he hates when I shit on it, I think, because I constantly shit on it. The Rift S got a lot of hate because it's essentially, it's like an Oculus Quest 1, in many ways. It's closer to a Quest 2, but in many ways it's like a kind of a Quest 1 and Quest 2 mix, except it's not wireless. It's got worse tracking because of its camera positioning, and that's about it. And it was the same price. it was wired and costs the same amount as the Quest 2 when it released. And the Quest 2 is just better. And now the Quest 2 has a higher refresh rate display and a higher resolution screen, etc. So if people bought a Rift S at like face value $300, they kind of got scammed a little bit because they could have gotten something equally better, or equally as good, if not better, which it is better, and just used a USB-C cable, a long USB-C cable to link it to their computer, and they could have had a better wired headset, but also a wireless connected one.
I don't have USB-C on my computer.
Well, but yeah, you can just use USB-C to Type A, and people have gotten 3 gigabits per second somehow over that with 3.1.
Oh.
Yeah, which is fucking insane. That's on V28 as well. They fixed USB pass-through gigabits per second. I'm fucking blanking on my words.
GPS?
Gigabits per second or something like that. Or I don't fucking... It's some GBPS, I believe.
I know when I got the Rift S, I was like, Oculus, the 64 gig. I'd rather have the 256 gig one, but I didn't want to pay an extra like $100, $150 or something. I can't remember. It was something insane.
Well, the thing is with the wait, does the Rift S have onboard storage?
No.
Oh,
it's wired.
Oh, you said with the Rift S you wanted to get
I mean the Quest 2 as
gotcha.
Yeah, and then I just bought the Rift S, and I don't regret buying the Rift S, but one of the nice things with the Quest 2 would be not having to worry about your wire tangling up every time you turn.
Yeah.
And I guess like the higher refresh rate, and I don't really care that much about the screen. Like the screen door effect on the Rift S is like you literally have to focus on it to notice it.
Oh, same with the Quest 2, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad on either of those.
The higher hertz would be nice though.
Yeah. With the Quest 2 and media stuff, I found a pretty good solution. I found this like $10 video player app. I forget what it's called. It's like the second one if you search video player on the Oculus store. It's like yellow with blue font. It's $10. There's a code right now called Oculus30 that gets you at 30% off. Not sponsored. I'm just saying I used it because I didn't want to pay $10, so I paid $7.
Yeah.
And you can actually connect like a Windows media server to it. So I just set up my 14 tera as a media server, and I can watch like videos that I have stored on it now. It's great.
Yeah, I remember trying to watch YouTube on my Rift S, and then it would just like hard load forever, and then eventually it would just not load at all.
Oh yeah, no, it's really nice to have the media player options there is in the Quest 2 because they're very well optimized for it and everything. And then the being able to link to a media server is honestly my favorite thing so far. Yeah. That is great. And somehow on my 14 tera, which it takes forever regardless of what it's doing to like index something, somehow it plays smoothly on this. And I will say DOVR is another one that's on the Oculus store. On Steam VR, it's great. It's the best one. On the Quest 2, no, because it's a Quest 1 app, and you can tell by the controllers being Quest 1 still. That's just kind of been modded, it looks like, to run on Quest 2. It does not run very well optimized. It's clearly running at a lower resolution than the actual like Quest 2's main screen resolution. And it has tons of stuttering issues that this other app I had just didn't have at all. Granted, this other app I have has flickering issues, so it's got its own problems. They all seem to have their own problems. So I've yet to find one that's a jack of all trades. I'll have to keep looking. And maybe there's one I can sideload. But I don't know. The Quest 2 has been great so far to me. The only thing I don't like is the colors are awful on the Quest 2. They're really just blown the fuck out. They're either oversaturated or undersaturated. You have to manually tune and fuck with everything to get it right. And that's been annoying. That's been really annoying. Other than that, for the most part, it's been like smooth sailing. Move on to another article, which I think Zaire will be happy. I think we'll all be happy to hear. Discord end deal talks with Microsoft.
Yeah, Discord's gonna live for longer than 5 months.
Yeah. Apparently this goes on to talk, and this from the Wall Street Journal. This goes on to talk about how apparently like they were talking about it with Microsoft and they just decided not to, and they may continue conversations at a later date, which is still Monka-S. But currently they're not going to sell off to Microsoft for $10 billion. So, meaning Discord will likely not become another Skype for hopefully at least a few more years.
Time to go to Curse.
Time to go to Curse. I mean, we're already on TeamSpeak. We're already like halfway off of it.
I mean, true. But TeamSpeak's like the old dirty grandpa with the stanky nuts to Discord.
That's true. I mean, granted, TeamSpeak does have better quality with the audio.
Does it?
No, it actually just by definition does in terms of like the quality it's running at. That's why we use it.
When you change from quality to like good interface and just understanding of what's going on, I'll drop the quality for a good UI.
I get that. I don't know. That's why I only use it for the podcast though. It's best audio quality, but I don't use this TeamSpeak regularly. The other thing I'd use it for, Epical members, me and his friend Rooks would irate people in Rainbow Six Siege by routing my microphone through his mic through TeamSpeak.
Good times.
That was great. Yeah, that was that's about the only other thing we use it for. But yeah, this is just a quick little article here that we had to install an extension to read in full because Wall Street Journal wanted to charge money. But yeah, I'll include the full recording of this like I do with all this stuff, so you guys can read it on screen and not have to try and have to pay for it or whatever. The best part is it's not like the way they get the full article here is if you're on an Android and I think even an iPhone, you use like the Google News app and you go to the same article, they say you get 3 free articles. They don't do that on PC. So what this this extension does in TamperMonkey, it just grabs the entirety of the text from the free article thing, which is the same exact article. Like it's not differently written. So it just grabs all that and just puts it here. So it's not like it's not even really illegal. It's just grabbing the mobile shit. But yeah, we'll move on to a story from Ars Technica. Google Play apps steal text and pepper you with unauthorized purposes. I can't speak. Purchases. Google removes 8 apps after receiving the report from researchers. And surprisingly, the research thing behind this is what caught my eye, is fucking McAfee. McAfee mobile researchers found an actual like bad piece of malware and are like reporting it. McAfee doing something good. Yeah, like the same software that's known for not getting off your computer no matter what you do is
basically a virus.
Yeah, is calling out software that does not get off your phone no matter what you do, which is pretty funny to me. But I just dropped something. It's nice to see them doing that. Although I think they're paid to do this. Honestly, I don't know. I've never understood why McAfee went the scummy route of not allowing it to be uninstalled and all that shit. I don't get it. But then again, I'm not sure how bad McAfee is anymore. I'm not sure who they're owned by now. I know for a brief minute, Intel bought out McAfee, and we're including it as like an Intel product, and then they sold McAfee again, like 2 years later. So I'm not sure what McAfee's like now, but I do know it's not nearly as bad as it was, but it's still it's not what it looked like. I think the best period for McAfee was when it was owned by Intel, because you could trust that it probably would uninstall. It's an Intel product.
R.I.P. Kaspersky is all I have to say.
Well, Kaspersky's still around.
Nah, it's not the same.
I just look up McAfee owner, and it showed John David McAfee, and the third picture is him holding a gun to his head.
Good old John McAfee.
Papa John's.
But yeah, no, this is interesting. Apparently, this funny. I read through this whole thing, and I like barely remember it. But apparently it downloads a payload as a PNG, which is interesting. It has a self-update function in the malware. I guess the thing that stood out to me here is how it's doing like secret purchase stuff. It reminded me of this recent Roblox exploit going around in some games where people have been able to hide a purchase thing that will auto trigger if you click it.
It's a script that is able to like exploit something, so the actual main UI, like all the main UI, like the purchase and the escape menu does not show up, and then they offset their join game thing to be right in level with the buy button on the buy window for something.
Yeah, so you click like accept the terms of service, and it'll spend like 1,000 Robux. Like fuck all.
And there's
how much is 1,000 Robux?
Well,
$10.
that was just me saying random numbers there, but they could
I
set it to
mean,
anything.
there's this one guy who clicked it like probably 20 times and lost like 1.5 million Robux. So,
which is pretty major, yeah. But it reminded me of that. Is that Roblox issue been fixed?
I don't know. I haven't heard of anything on it yet, and I'm not sure. Even like the big Roblox YouTubers will come out about it and say when it's fixed, but Roblox will probably make a statement.
I'll hit a player and ask him since he'd know of all people.
Oh, it's also great because Roblox is giving the people who got scammed by this the middle finger, saying that you were basically consensually buying something, even though you literally could not see the UI. And
at that point, I'd say Roblox,
work.
yeah, for saying if they're actually saying you consensually bought it, then I'd just sue Roblox at that point because you literally didn't.
I'm pretty sure I don't remember it. They wouldn't rollback your account even if you did have a rollback. I don't think because you were the one to click buy.
It's dumb, yeah.
Not only is there security, but there's stuff to get back all your stuff after the security issues are pretty bad.
It is. But yeah, so it looks like in regards to these apps here, getting back to the Google thing, they were removed. Like Google just did remove them, so which is good because in the past they've been known to just ignore it for a bit. So these were.
I mean,
removed.
like half of the apps on like the top selling look like if you download them, there's gonna be something shady in them.
Well, yeah, but the picture editor one is the one I can imagine a ton of people downloading. Because, people download one of the, high-end picture editing apps, and they just suck, and they want you to actually buy a subscription service. They're like, oh, let's just install some free, random, cheap one, and not buy, a Photoshop Mobile for $20 a month or whatever. So I can see that one attracting people, and the rest, keyboard wallpaper, maybe 5 years ago, but I don't know who would buy that now. PIP cameras built into Android for the most part, I believe, at this point, so I don't know who'd get that either. But yeah, luckily those were removed, and I hope the Roblox thing does get fixed. Move on to a story from Wired. How the smart remote lost its way, and this is like a full giant write-up from Wired on the Logitech Harmony that I honestly couldn't read all of because it's so long and it's literally about an Android remote, like a TV remote.
This reminds me of a BlackBerry phone.
It does. It actually does. Or like some old Motorola too.
Yeah. You got the keyboard and then the screen.
Yeah. I actually want a Logitech Harmony, and I've wanted one for a while. They seem really cool. And from what this talks about, how you can set it so you can click a button and it'll turn on the TV, turn on the PS4, play a Blu-ray, do that all at once. That sounds sick. And I always thought they were really interesting and cool. And very useful to have. And especially when an example of that is when we had a Wii U, and it had the TV function built in where you could change the channel. It was literally a third remote, and it was great. And you could hit the guide button on it, do all this shit in this little touchpad, and it was cool. And I was like, oh well, Logitech Harmony is only a smaller version of this that works on everything, so this could be really useful. So it actually sucks to see that. To quote this, oh shit, they finally did it. From Quinn Werthauer, something like that, who ran a shop that repaired Logitech Harmony remotes out of his home in Long Island. But yeah, that's real. They also call it the mouse of the digital house, which is probably pretty accurate. I don't know. It's interesting enough. I just think probably part of the reason that it's not as popular is it was a way to you could go to your PS4 or your Xbox One or your then your Roku, but now we're at the point where A, that's built in, but B, all the other stuff it could do, open this, that, and this, it takes a second to do on a PS4 or an Xbox One or PS5, etc. Or especially on a Roku, which are built into most TVs at this point. You either got your Roku TV, your Amazon Fire TV, a Samsung TV with built-in stuff. It's all built in now. You don't need to so all that functionality and stuff, it's almost all one click away in that software. You don't really need another remote for it. So I'm not sure how useful it is in modern times, so I kind of understand why it's gone, but it is kind of sad to see something like that go away. I kind of thought that would be the future of remotes eventually, but I guess not. So rest in peace, Logitech Harmony. Move on here to another story about Discord, believe it or not, from techspot.com. So what happened here? Discord uses App Store loophole to roll back iOS NSFW server ban. I don't know if we talked about this last. No, we didn't. I don't know if we did or not. I don't know
You
if
told
guys
us.
did.
We talked about it, but I don't know where you told me about it.
Yeah. Discord stopped allowing not safe for work users on iOS to or like not safe for work users, people who wanted to access not safe for work channels in a Discord server on iOS. You could not access them anymore. Because
not my futanari porn.
What?
No.
Why would it?
Apple
Why
does
would it
not
only be on iOS?
because
Why not
Apple's
Android?
iOS store, the App Store, does not allow like direct linking to not safe for work shit, because I think it can be seen as like allowing porn. You can download this app and just watch porn on it, and Apple doesn't.
What
want
you
it to
could.
like that.
Then-
Yeah, exactly.
Then how is Twitter still allowed?
Yeah,
You see, Twitter is already deeply integrated in iOS to the point where it's in the system settings. Like you can link your Twitter and Facebook to your Apple
Alright.
account. So I think it'd take a lot more for them to take action against Twitter.
there's better porn on Twitter than Discord.
But with and the difference is too for the like with Twitter and stuff, you have to enable not safe for work in your account. Like in
Do
order to
you?
see that.
I
I
mean-
don't remember
if you
doing
Zaire,
that.
if you navigate, if you create your account on iOS, right, or it's just in general, and then you like log in on iOS, and you don't have it already enabled on your account, when you go to that type of thing, you're gonna have to accept like 18 plus, go to this setting, change this, and allow that. Like that's what
Oh,
Discord
wow.
was missing. In
I don't
Discord, you
remember
just click the
that.
thing saying, "Oh yeah, it's not safe for work. Do you want to access this?" Yeah, that's which is not the same as, "Are you 18 years old or older? You should enable it." Like it's not the same. And
I
they're-
wonder when I turn 18 and I change my Twitter age, it's gonna ban my Twitter account.
it might. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm worried about that one.
My old Twitter got nuked because I was about 12 and 11 months when I created it.
My Twitter got nuked because
Yikes.
I said it was like 53 years old or something like that. I don't know.
But you still were underage.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
know.
But then I don't like Twitter because they did ban me for fucking Vote Tyler.
Vote
1.
Tyler 1.
Yeah.
Or I'll kill you.
But
You
it's quoting
forget
a
that
song.
point.
It's a song. Vote Tyler 1 or we fucking kill you. It's quoting a song, and I linked them the song in
Wait,
the appeal.
when did you tweet this?
This was like 2018, dude, or something like that.
2018.
I was
When they
responding to
ban
you
you?
or like one of your friends because you were in the thread. You responded to someone like, "Yeah, vote Tyler 1," and I responded back saying, "Yeah, vote Tyler 1 or we fucking kill you." Banned.
That sounds like a threat.
But like, dude, this guy. Epic was responding. He was talking about stream of the year, right? Pretty good chance he'd heard the Tyler 1 song. But more importantly, I understand why it was originally suspended. But after I send Twitter in the appeal, I explain that it's a lyric and link them the song. So they hear the first lyric, which is "Vote Tyler 1 or we fucking kill you," the first verse of the song. And they still say, "Nope, sorry, you were making a threat." It's like, no, here, I've shown you exactly what I was doing. I quoted this.
Imagine if there's Twitter's appeals department, when, like the computer's set up to a speaker network, and he just starts playing it, and it's just throughout the entire office.
Yeah, like through the
Vote
entire
Tyler.
office, just "Vote Tyler 1 or we fucking kill you."
Yeah.
Getting back to the Discord thing though, what they've done now is it looks like I read this before and I didn't entirely get what they did, but let's see. Well, there's significant enough Discord dialed back the ban a bit. Users of the iOS Discord app can now opt into not safe for work servers as long as they're 18 plus years old. The only servers still banned are those specifically focused on explicit pornographic content. And honestly, that ban will stand on iOS for probably as long as the app's on it, because you can't allow just straight porn apps on iOS. So with Apple's App Store terms, I understand that. Google's more lenient. Obviously, like Google's not allowing the Pornhub app on there, but they'll allow Discord to
But
have
the
some.
Pornhub app, is there a Pornhub app still? I don't remember.
I have
I
no
think it's
idea, but I
sideloaded.
remember.
I think so, but it was like a VPN.
No. There was the Pornhub VPN, which is on the store because it's just a VPN, but there is a Pornhub
The
app.
VPN
yes.
does not work.
The VPN sucks. I used it because I saw the
Yeah.
hype about it. It's like 2
I
megs down.
tried it as a meme, and I was like, you know what? I'll try it.
Yeah,
Wait,
I got
VPN?
I got 2 megs down, 0.2 megs up with it if I remember correctly. And I was like, yeah, no, this blows. And then I bought PIA.
Yeah, like why would I use this?
Yeah, and again, quick PSA: don't buy PIA. Go buy Malvad. I won't go on another rant, but buy Malvad. Don't buy PIA. They suck.
Sponsored.
Not even.
Wish we were sponsored.
Yeah, but I can understand I think Google understands that if you're downloading Discord, 99% of the time it's not
You're
so
downloading
you can,
it for porn. Yeah.
Well, no, you're not downloading it for porn. You're not downloading Discord just for porn. You're downloading it to use the communication service
and talk about porn. Yes.
They're going off the fact that the majority of people are likely not downloading it for the explicit purpose, the explicit purpose of watching porn. That said, I understand where Apple's coming from, because Apple's always been super strict on that anyways. That like Discord wasn't going to change that. So I'm not sure if that type of ban will ever be lifted for Discord servers and stuff like that on iOS. But
I remember back a while ago when I had my iPod Touch. Apple like did some like it was like some privacy thing, and then YouTube went from 12 plus to 17 plus, and I couldn't watch YouTube with the YouTube app, and I had to use Safari.
YouTube Kids? Oh well, you can use YouTube Kids.
Nah, that was before YouTube Kids, and there's no way I'm watching YouTube Kids.
Yeah,
I still don't understand why YouTube it's considered 18 plus still or 17 plus, but then they have YouTube Kids. It doesn't make sense to me.
YouTube Kids uses algorithms, and then I think actual people that like will select content and channels that are almost entirely kid friendly. So there's no chance if you search like dick and balls. I believe there's like the chance of actually finding something bad, even like content that's actually like sexual education. You probably won't find that in the kids app. It'll filter it out. That's why it exists.
Then, and my point is, then why is YouTube so stringent and anal about so many different things?
I don't know. What I can say is, didn't the YouTube Kids app launch around the same time as YouTube Gaming, which would filter things out to be as like more gaming focused, depending on what you searched?
To be honest, I don't remember YouTube Gaming.
To be honest, there should be like sections of the YouTube app, not their own apps.
Literally,
YouTube Gaming shut down as an app. And they merged the live stream functionality into just plain YouTube.
Yeah.
But YouTube Kids still exists. But I think they were rolled out around the same time, which makes sense why it exists.
I mean, I understand the YouTube Kids because if you're like giving your kid an iPad and then they click on the YouTube app, and then I don't think you'd be able to make it to lock it to. Well, they could make it so it starts on the kids, and if you want to go the regular YouTube, you'd have to put in like a pin code or something.
That makes sense. But then at that point, why don't you just have YouTube stop age restricting things? Because literally, there's a YouTube Kids app.
Yeah,
I've always wondered that. Why are they age restricting stuff?
I don't know. YouTube gonna YouTube. I like that KFC thing you posted. Epic.
New admin.
Move on here to our second to last story. From PCGamer.com. Steam will no longer crash for people who own over 25,000 games.
Wow.
Which apparently there's only about 150-ish people that own like over 25,000 games, because the entire library on Steam is just over 51,000. So like that's just below half the entire library on Steam.
That's crazy. And there are probably a lot of free games on there.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if that counts. Also, I don't know if that counts games that were removed from Steam. It probably does. I would assume it does.
I might try and do this.
Yeah, that's
get more than 25,000.
Yes,
it's gonna cost you like $1.5 million minimum.
I'm talking about free games first.
Well, yeah, but you're gonna get to like 200, and you're gonna like come into a drought.
True. I think I already have like 50. So
and I don't know if this counts demos of games as well. It probably does. I don't know. It's probably just anything listed as a game on Steam. But this is just kind of funny because as they talk about here, there's an implication that could be drawn here that someone with over 25,000 games filed a report with Valve that, hey, I have over 25,000 games and my Steam is prone to crashing when I open it.
Well, they're not downloaded, so it's like it's probably so much it has to load.
Yeah, I can imagine that's almost exactly what it is. It's probably Steam. I'm imagining when you open Steam right now, like not as in, right now it's in sleep mode and you click it and it opens up, but I mean like when you cold open Steam and it loads like your library, it probably just loads in quickly like a bunch of images into RAM cache, and it probably amounts to like 3 megs or something per 100 games. But if you times that by like 25,000, that's a ton. It's got to load into memory all at once, and it's probably digging across the hard drives to grab it or wherever it's installed.
I just imagine like you open it up and then like all your not installed games. It's like, hey, Steam servers, how many games this guy have installed? Yeah, or not installed. Yeah, 20,000, and then it just crashes your computer.
Yeah, for reference here, if every, let's see, rough estimate. Okay, I did the math a bit wrong, but let's say every image was 3 megs, which it's not. It's probably a bit lower than this. But if every image was 3 megs and you had yeah, no, I did this completely wrong. I got like 75 gigs, but I can imagine it would actually be like in the high 40s to 70s of gigs in terms of amount of image data it's loading in for even 25,000 games. It's a ton. So what they probably done, I would imagine, is they will either only load what's on screen or only load what's on screen and then a bit below it to make sure it doesn't like lag too much when you scroll. Or, you know, like it doesn't lag behind too much when you scroll. And it probably no longer loads in every single image all at once or something like that. I can imagine that's probably what the issue is or was. But it's good to see that the fucking like multi-millionaires who own almost every Steam game are no longer gonna have issues opening their games or opening Steam at all.
Just get a better PC.
Yeah, just get a better PC, bro. Just get like a fucking like 360 gigs of RAM. Just get like one of my fucking cousin's computers at his job at like a fucking...
Get the cheese grater iMac and take the RAM from it.
Exactly, yeah. Get your like 1.5 terabyte of RAM computer and open up Steam. There you go. Move on to our final story, which is funny because I don't actually have the right video open. I have the fucking Mission Impossible one open, but it's a better video. The Apple Spring event, which we talked about a bit earlier, was yesterday. And I did not watch this 11 minutes video, but since you guys have, I've seen the direct.
I did not watch this video. I've
Epic,
seen the
did
direct.
you watch the video?
I watched XQC watch the video.
All right, because I watched the most of the full direct thing. What I remember for the highlights, there was AirTag, which is essentially you get a little hockey puck that you can
AirTag seemed cool. It seems cool,
except for the fact that there's already a service exactly like that exists there called Tile.
I mean, but it's in the iPhone ecosystem, and obviously the iPhone users would want to buy it.
I know.
And the fact that they're $30 each, but you get a 4-pack for $99. I remember watching this at first, and I was like, geez, that's kind of steep, but how many things are you actually going to need for...
Keys, phone, wallet,
laptop.
Well, not even phone.
Yeah.
Because,
or no, not phone.
Because it's on the phone.
Yeah, right.
So phone, wallet, laptop. I think it's on the laptop too. What the fuck?
No. You can have an iPhone and have a Windows laptop. So
yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna say Apple. Good job for putting in a replaceable battery.
Your Apple TV.
Did they actually put in one?
They put in a replaceable battery.
That's sick.
And not on the phones.
Well, okay, I understand not on their phones because they're sealed shut for IP ratings for like water sealed ratings. True. I understand that. There's an argument to be made, I believe it was the Galaxy S5, where it had a removable background, removable battery, but it was still like IP66 or something like that rated, but we're not in that era anymore, and that's not...
Yeah, I remember one of my friends having an S5, and it said, make sure to click the back down for full water resistance.
Yeah, that was cool, but it's not, you're not getting IP68 levels. It needs to be sealed. I understand that. The bigger issue is Apple not allowing, hating you taking apart your phone and making it deliberately harder for you to each iteration, each hardware iteration.
Yeah,
that's the issue there.
Yeah, with the AirTags, it's kind of dumb how they kind of stand out, and the fact that the Hermes edition is like 10 times more than the original.
The Hermes edition was really dumb. It's just some leather. It does not look good.
I mean, it's quality, though. You gotta have the status. Yeah. And I swear, this is gonna be the next AirPods in 2 years.
Some other brief highlights we had were I think it was like the new iMac or whatever the fuck.
Well, the Apple TV. Well,
first, I think that's the last thing I want to get to.
All right.
But the new iPhone color is actually nuts, and I want one.
It's the purple is okay.
It looks really good. I like it.
I really like it. And it's funny because when I was watching XQC, he said it like lavender or something. He said it really dumb.
It's XQC.
Well, XQC types in hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Or speaks in hieroglyphics.
There was what was it? They talked a lot about iPads. They showed the new iPad Pros, which are They have M1 chips in them, just like the new Mac they announced and the MacBooks they've announced before and released that have them. And people are calling it the new Mac because it pretty much is. Since it has the same chip, it's pretty much a full-fat desktop running iPad OS. That's the only limitation. All they have to do is let it run a lot more Mac-oriented stuff, and it's pretty much the best Mac you can buy for what it is.
Yeah. The new Apple TV is actually like I actually like the controller.
Oh yeah, as someone who owns an Apple TV 4K last gen, because now they haven't changed the fucking name for some reason, and owns that controller, it blows ass. It's awful.
The old one, like I know there's the updated version, but
dude, you know the I was talking about earlier the HTC Vive controllers, like the little thumb things, the tracking sucks. That's almost the exact same thing they have on the Apple TV 4K controller. It's awful. It's actually just awful. And it's not even like glass, like slidey glass. It's like plastic or something like that. It doesn't feel like glass. So your thumb, gets kind of like stuck to it, and it just doesn't move right, and then it like messes with it, and it starts jittering. It's like about as bad as my my laptop's fucking trackpad tracking. And Zaire knows that's awful.
It's dog shit.
Yeah, and it sucks because Apple's known for making amazing trackpads. Like they really hit them out of the park every time. That's the one thing about Macs I can always praise. Aside, a few other things I can, but like their trackpads are always phenomenal. This one sucked, and the rest of the remote control wasn't great. So I'm happy to see them return to the design of the original Apple TV's remote with additions. But
the Apple TV is only $200 for the 64 gig model.
Yeah, we got ours by technicality free because we got it with our DirecTV Now subscription, and then DirecTV Now practically shut down.
Nice.
We paid $150, and that's what it cost to buy one at the time, and we also got a 3-month subscription, so that worked out.
Yeah.
They talked about the thing you want to talk about last, the Macs, right? The new Macs.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about those?
Is that the one with the new chip in it?
I mean, they all almost everything they announced today has the M1 chip in it, but it's the giant flat one that's like a desktop.
Yeah. I think Touch ID and the keyboard's actually pretty cool.
The only thing I don't like is they said the keyboard will work with other Macs, but the Touch ID only works with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it comes with it. Obviously, it's Apple. They don't like putting in extra stuff.
I think it's because their security chip that they're using to authenticate, like wirelessly authenticate, only comes in the newest iMac or whatever it is. So they're just saying that you need to own that. But it's kind of bullshit. Like, it just is kind of bullshit to me. I really don't have much else to say about
it. The new mice in the different colors look really nice, but I assume that the charging port is still on the bottom.
Yeah.
If it is, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean they could just easily just move the location.
They could just put it on the back. It's not.
Or they could like put it in the front or on the top.
Isn't there wireless charging now for the?
I'm not sure.
If they wireless charge, it'd be amazing.
They just have the mouse pad a wireless charging thing.
I don't follow the this mouse, so.
Yeah,
because I know the iPhones have wireless charging. Fuck.
But yeah, that's really it.
Yeah.
And there's one other thing I want to talk about, but I won't talk about it because we've gone for a while. But I will play it here at the end of the video. Hopefully I don't get claimed. I don't know. I'll play a bit of it. The funny part, they did this like Mission Impossible bit, revealing the M1 chip in fucking like the iPad or something, and it was fucking hilarious at the end. Because it's got this really awful but funny CG effect where they have this guy pull off a mask and it's Tim Cook, and it sucks, but it's hilarious, at least to me. And a lot of people thought it was pretty funny. So I'll play that after the outro here. But yeah, the Epic's got to go in 10 minutes, I believe, right? And then the Oculus thing, Melon's online and he says he's watching it, so I don't know if it already did start or not. And I got the time wrong, but I do think it starts in 10 minutes. I'm not sure I got it wrong. So thank you guys for watching this podcast. Thank you for. I'm sorry we were absent last week. I couldn't be there, so I did have Epic record, and
all Epic's fault.
Yeah.
No, it's no. A lot of it's my fault because I did not double check the audio track stuff with him, and we ended up getting a 4.2 gigabyte black screen with no audio. which is now
we should have
become a
posted
meme.
it as a joke.
Yeah,
but
it's become a meme between me and Epic.
Yeah.
We'll just say 4.2 gigabyte black screen with no audio.
Yeah. All right.
I still have it, by the way. It's still saved.
Nice.
But thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully we'll get back to some consistent uploading. We still have projects in the works. I have a VR project I'm working on that is, again, very well underway. There's been some progress made on it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, watching on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Foggers.